genocide? Why is it that 12% of American women are African American? 12% of American women are African American, but a third of the babies killed are black. It's black genocide. They are targeting black women so that they can kill poor black children. Wake up. This is not about the color of skin. This is about ethics. This is about human life. This is about whether or not we will protect the innocent with our vote, or whether or not we will betray the innocent with our vote. Abortion is murder. Pro-choice is saying that, well, I just support someone else's right to do something. That's like saying, I support another man's right to own a black slave. I would never own a slave myself, but I support his right to choose whether or not he wants to own a slave. The logic is absurd. Abortion is murder. And if you say, well, somebody else can choose if they want to murder, I just would never do it. No, that makes you an accessory. That makes you complicit. The purpose of law is to secure justice. To secure justice. We outlawed slavery because it was immoral, because it was a crime against humanity. We must outlaw child killing, abortion, because it is a crime against humanity, because it is murder. And we are looking for the Christian community, the African American Christian community, whether you are Catholic, Protestant, Evangelical, Episcopalian, we don't care. We're looking for Christians to wake up and to say, no, we cannot support a child killer. And we have a word specifically to the American priests, Catholic priests and Catholic bishops. One, who has bewitched you? Who has made it so that you will sit there when people are saying in the name of the common good we can kill children, or in the name of the common good we can support a candidate who kills children? John Paul II said specifically that you cannot, in the name of the common good, support the killing of children, because it betrays everything that the common good stands for. John Paul II urged bishops to be involved politically. And now we have Catholic priests, and we have people like Doug Kimmick, a Catholic supposed scholar, a legal scholar, saying that it's morally okay if we support Obama. This is treachery against the laws of God and the clear teachings of the church. It is not acceptable morally. If you know somebody is committed to the murder of children and you vote for them, that is what is called formal cooperation with evil. Now, some people are saying, well, you can have proportionate reasons, like the war, or the economy, or the care of the poor. No, Catholic teaching is clear. For proportionate reasons to apply, the action that you take, voting, must be morally good or morally neutral. But if you vote for somebody who you know intends to support the killing of children, that's not a morally neutral act. That is not a morally good act. That is an act of accessory to murder. Now, if you had two pro-death candidates, both of them were pro-abortion, then proportionate reasoning would kick in. Then you would say, well, which is going to do the least damage? But that is not the case here. That is not the case. So please, for the love of God, do the right thing, say the right thing. And by the way, for those American clergy, Evangelical and Roman Catholic, who say, well, we'll lose our 501c3 status, we'll lose our tax-exempt status. So what? God bless you, sir. So what if we lose our tax-exempt status? Who's Lord of the church? Jesus or the IRS? Who is Lord of the church? Jesus or the IRS? Can you imagine John the Baptist standing there saying, there might be someone somewhere, I'm not naming any names, who's sleeping with his brother's wife? Can you imagine Elijah saying, there might be a king and a queen, I'm not saying who betrayed the faith? No, John the Baptist, Elijah, the great saints in history, named the names of heretics, of tyrants, of malefactors, of evildoers. And if we are going to follow the heroes of the faith, the theology and the history that the church has embraced for 2,000 years, then we have got to throw off the shackles of the IRS. Stop hiding behind the IRS and do the of a faithful bishop, a priest, or an evangelical minister. Now others will say, well, the church does not support political parties. And that's as it should be. We're not asking you to endorse anybody. This is not what this is about. This is an ethical and moral and theological statement that must be made that you cannot ethically vote for this person. A person doesn't have to vote for McCain. They don't have to vote for Alan Keyes. They don't have to vote for Bob Barr. They don't have to vote. They could write somebody in. They could stay home. They could write in a pro-lifer who they respect. They could write in their mother or their father. So we are not asking bishops and priests and evangelical ministers to endorse anybody, and we're not asking them to endorse a party. But we are saying that you have to say, look, Herod just came back from Jerusalem, or from Bethlehem. His skies just came back, and Herod's hands are covered with blood. And since Herod is running for election, you can't vote for him while his hands are covered with the blood of babies. Or if Pharaoh was going to run, after he killed all the Jewish boys, had them drowned in the Nile, the ethical statement would be that you cannot vote for Pharaoh after he has authorized the murder of innocent children. This is about being on point with one man who is supporting the murder of the children, whether it be Herod, or whether it be Pharaoh, or whether it be the Obama-Biden ticket of death. So please, do the right thing, rise to the occasion, because if we sit back and let our theology and our morality be corrupted, so that Catholics and evangelicals go into a voting booth and think that they can legitimately, ethically vote for child killers, and those who support child killing, then if we let that happen, then we have betrayed our duty. Christian ordained ministers, whether they are Catholic or evangelical, you cannot remain silent, because silence is a form of acceptance, is a silent amen. And if Christians go in and betray the innocent with their vote, those who had the ethical duty to protect them and to teach them proper theology and to form their consciences properly, they have failed in their duty, and they will be held accountable. God bless you. I voted for Dr. Alan Keyes for president, but Dr. Keyes does not support the murder of children. Listen, abortion is black genocide. Why is it that 12% of American women are black and 30% of them, and a third of the babies murdered are African American? It's black genocide. We cannot participate in black genocide.
Star from the hills of perfection. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those